The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
It was quite simply a stunning day at Camp Randall Stadium on Saturday as the Badgers, who fell behind by 14 points early, put on a little bit of a comeback, you might say. 59-14, Wisconsin defeats Nebraska. Melvin Gordon rushes for an NCAA single-game record, 408 yards, as the Badgers take sole possession of first place in the Big Ten's West Division. We'll, of course, look back at Saturday's record-setting performance. We'll also check in Sam Arneson. He is this week's subject of our senior salute. Arneson had the catch for the touchdown that put the Badgers ahead for good late in the second quarter. And, of course, we'll sit down with head coach Gary Andersen. It's all coming up on the Badgers Sports Report.
Here comes Melvin over the right side. Nothing at the point of attack. Bounces right. Now he has room. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Gordon to the 20. Gordon inside the 20 and down to the 17-yard line. And now the give to Gordon, sweeping left outside the numbers. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 10, 5. And he is down at the 1. Give Gordon running right. There he goes. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Down the sideline. Gordon to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. And he is down inside the 5-yard line. Melvin Gordon pops another long one. And he has himself a single-game school rushing record. On 2nd and 10 from the Nebraska 26-yard line. Here comes Melvin to the 25, to the 20. Gordon 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Wisconsin! Record-breaking run. Melvin Gordon, 408.
Even though I was, close to a record like that, I was kind of just running to win. I seen him shifting over, and it was a power play. Usually don't take it backside. I just kind of predetermined it. I kind of knew they would all sell out going to the left. So I just pressed it a little bit, cut back, and, just made it happen.
Yeah, just made it happen. See how easy it is?
To the 10, to the 5, touchdown, Wisconsin! Corey Leonard. Taken down by Michael Caputo. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Wisconsin! Melvin Gordon. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Wisconsin! Cancel goal!
The Badger Sports Report with Gary Andersen is brought to you by Charter Communications, by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, by Hyundai, by Adidas, by Toyota, and by UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin athletics.
Most people don't know that UW Health and the University of Wisconsin are national leaders in the field of kidney transplant. They provide new life for those who will likely die without a transplant, and they assure a normal life for those who donate. I would know. I donated a kidney, and together, we saved a life.
UW Health. Remarkable.
When you have the fastest internet speeds, you can find anything almost instantly, which is a powerful thing. Because sometimes it's not so much what you're looking for, but how fast you can find it that makes all the difference. Get the most advanced fiber network. Charter Spectrum. Where will it take you?
Wisconsin cheese, making good food great. The reason why I chose Mercedes is because I was looking for a different kind of a vehicle. I was very surprised how affordable that a Mercedes was. What I had for the price with leasing my Toyota, I had an opportunity to be within $75 difference. So I was very impressed with it. That's why I purchased a Mercedes.
Drive the 2015 Mercedes-Benz C300 4MATIC sports sedan starting at $41,325.
363 yards and counting. First and goal at the Nebraska 6. Hand off, Melvin running left, make it 369, make it touchdown, Wisconsin.
Well, in addition to Melvin's 408 yards, the Badgers as a team have 627 yards of offense. Nebraska 180, and it was a game that, remember, started 17-3 Nebraska, and the Badgers end up catching him, passing him, and not looking back, 59-24. And I was telling you, Coach, before we started rolling the tape here, every time you think you've seen everything in sports, you see a day like this. You're the team collectively, but 408 yards. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's unbelievable. As we all know, what an amazing young man, and he came back for these moments, and he's as excited as his teammates are excited for him, and trust me, Melvin is just as excited for his team to be in the position that they're in as he is for to get whatever comes his way comes his way, which we all hope is something very, very special. But that was an amazing performance. It all goes into everything. I thought the offense, I thought Andy did a tremendous job of calling the game. It was a physical, all of them. The other 10 guys were physical, and Joel was physical in his way by the run checks that he has to do, by putting his guys in the right position to give Melvin an opportunity. It was it was a pleasure to watch, and thank God I was there to watch it.
Classic Melvin, too, after the game, we're on the radio after we're done visiting with you. Melvin says, well, I made a couple of mistakes. He talks about, a couple fumbles, a couple other things, but when stuff like that happens, he just gets mad or something. He gets more than even, but, it'd be easy to go sulk. That's not him.
No, he doesn't. He has such high expectations for himself, and he takes it very personally when he makes a mistake, and he beats himself up a little bit, but it gets him going even more, I believe, and that's what a true competitor does. He wants to come back and make good for the mistakes that he's made, and a couple fumbles is not what Melvin wants, but let's just say he made up for that very well.
Yeah, I would say so. We also mentioned on your radio show, we asked you the defensive statistics your guys have put up, and only 10 takeaways for the year. Well, 5 on Saturday. It was cold. The ball maybe gets a little slippery, but your guys defensively were just after it, weren't they?
They were. They did a tremendous job, and there was they made a couple plays early, which a good offense is going to do. They threw a nice ball down there in the red zone. Our defense got backed up into some situations that were tough, and the field position to start off with was not great. But we go down, couple turnovers, field position, yada, yada, yada. It's kind of like, oh, man, this is the nightmare that we talked about at the radio show, as far as we've got to get this flipped in our favor at some point with these turnovers. Then all of a sudden started to take place. The offense started clicking, and, the rest is history from there. But the defense they were on their screws. They didn't get phased. They didn't get down on themselves. 17 points that fast, they're not used to having that happen to them, but they just kept on banging through it, and that's who they are. That's their MO. They just operate at a very high level and have high expectations, but adversity struck this team in a big-time game at home. You get hit right in the face 2 or 3 times, and all of them just ground through it, which as a coach is very rewarding to see that happen.
There's still obviously games to be played, but that seems to be a trademark, or however you want to term it with this team. If something bad happens, it's like, go ahead, give it to me, because we're going to fight back. This team seems to be all about that.
They are, and that's you have to be like that in this game of college football. And I talk about all the time with the kids. That's one of the things I want them to walk out of here when they're done playing, regardless of how good a player they were, how many snaps they had. If they can learn that, it'll help them in life. It'll help them in the workplace. It'll help them with their family. But if you just put it on today in the situation as far as football game today, those kids were fantastic at dealing with that, and they've been like that all year long. They're going to get smacked around, they get hit in the face with a little this or that or whatever it may be. They just keep on rolling. They just keep on grinding, and I tell them all the time. I said, we're here. We'll come back. They might knock us down, but we're going to come back, and we'll be up ready to roll. And they just did, and their eyes were right.
I was talking with Joel Stavi after practice Tuesday, and he talked about being outside. Offense was outside for a handful of periods, and he goes, yeah, it's 4:30, dark, lights are on, cold, snowing a little bit. That's what I picture on Saturday, only with 80,000 people. It was, somebody used the term magical, and again, I preface this because you're going to Iowa, and then you have Minnesota coming here, but it was like a classic atmosphere at Camp Randall on Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. That was special, you know, it really was. For that, to be into that moment and be part of it was fantastic for me, selfishly. It was awesome for all of our coaches, but for those kids to be in that environment and be able to have that game this late into the year with the quality opponent, which we all know is in Nebraska, and to have it here at our place, and for them to play that well and really offensively and defensively and contribute on special teams, it's a game they'll never forget. I promise you, those kids will never forget that game. Maybe the best thing is I got 4 or 5 people that are coming to Camp Randall for the first time. They traveled here for this game, and almost really speechless, you know, most amazing thing I've ever been a part of in my life, and on and on and on, all the terms were. And I said in the press conference, I said, you know, those people are married and have children too, so I don't know if that's going to want to get back home.
Yeah, they were here for the first time, thinking they're going to come back for a second time. It was terrific. The Badgers now 5-1 in the Big Ten. They'll head down to Kinnick Stadium to take on Iowa this Saturday before coming home to conclude the regular season in 2 weeks against Minnesota. Coach Andersen returns in a few minutes with the Great Dane Great Question of the Week as we continue with the Badger Sports Report.
It's 2050. I'm one of 9 billion people on the planet. Like most, I live in a city. Our air and water are clean, and there's plenty of fresh food for everyone. My parents are getting old, but staying healthy. Good thing, because my kids will probably live to be 100. Can you imagine?
The University of Wisconsin-Madison, preparing minds to meet the challenges of the future before they become the challenges of today. Keep on, Wisconsin. Keep on.
That was a huge game for us. That was the best game I've ever been a part of, with the snow falling down there in the second half and the great crowd environment. It just Camp Randall in a trophy game. It just couldn't say enough about it. I'm extremely blessed about my team. I had some adversity in the first half with gave up 17 points early, and then we just dug our heels in the ground and played Badger defense. Coach Rana again had another great outing for us and did the right plays and obviously we executed well, and I'm really proud of our defense for stepping up and putting our offense in those good field positions and let Melvin do his thing out there.
You know, the plan going into it was not necessarily to do that. You know, we had a lot of very good play action passes, lots of things that we wanted to get run, and when you hand it off to Melvin on the first play and he takes it down to the 10-yard line, basically all your play action shots and everything are out. So I know there's a number of times where I'll hand it off and I'll turn around and look real quick, and you know, I mean, there's a little bit of a crease, but the way that he finds it and hits it so hard, and then what he can do in the open field is unbelievable. You see people diving around his feet, and he's able to high step and jump and, you know, just stay on his feet and keep running. So he wowed us all again today.
I'm still trying to comprehend, you know, 400 yards rushing. I mean, that's just an unbelievable feat, and, you know, I'm happy as heck for the guy.
You never know when you're gonna have a special day. You know, to be honest, you know, every game you want to play great and you know, get your team on board. So you never know when a special day comes. When it do, it's a great feeling. You know, it showed Melvin Gordon in 408 yards, but you know, it should have, you know, everyone up there, all the offensive linemen, because they really made it easy for me today, and you know, they allowed me to have a lot of one-on-one matchups. And it's kind of been like that all season. You know, those guys really been looking out for me, and I couldn't thank them more.
We'll be making a traditional octopus salad, drizzled with some olive oil and topped with a dash of salt and pepper.
It's funny how seeing a clearer picture can lead you to see the bigger one. Get the most HD channels and the fastest internet on the most advanced fiber network. Charter Spectrum. Where will it take you?
Some call it a miracle. Others call it science. But for those who've needed a kidney transplant like Kelly Krager, they simply call it a new lease on life. For nearly 5 decades, UW Health and the University of Wisconsin have been national leaders in the field of kidney transplant. providing a new life for recipients and assuring a normal life for living donors. Miracle? Science? Maybe it's a little bit of both. UW Health. Remarkable.
Whether you're out there training for a big event or you're just trying to stay in shape, I have a bit of advice. It's important to remember that what happens after the workout is just as important as what happens during the workout. My advice? Be sure to refuel with low-fat chocolate milk. It has the perfect mixture of protein, carbs, and electrolytes to help you refuel, rehydrate, and build muscle. In Wisconsin, athletes win with low-fat chocolate milk. And you can too. To learn more, visit winwithchocolatemilk.com.
Started my Camry. Drove to her wedding. Did not forever hold my peace.
The bold new Camry. One bold choice leads to another. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back to the Badger Sports Report. I'm Mike Jocko Jacques. We're joined now by a very special guest. He's the University of Wisconsin Marching Band Director, Mike Leckrone. I think I got it right. I think everyone pronounces your name differently, but I think I got it right. Mike, you've been doing this for a long time.
46 years.
46 years. How many football games do you think you've done?
Oh, well, you multiply that by about 7 a year. That's how many. Plus the away games. So it's it's well over 200, close to 300 some games we've had the band at.
And we've had Bucky as well joining us, but this still has to be a good time for you. I see you're here with the kids, and you got a smile on your face. You still enjoy doing this, don't you?
Well, a day like this, how can you not enjoy it? The band's playing well. No, it's fun. I mean, the whole process for me, from the time we start rehearsing to the time we get here, it's a process. It's just fun.
You said you've done this for 46 years. I don't know that's a lot of years to think of a memory, but are there anything that sticks out to you?
Well, that first time we walked into the Rose Bowl back in '94, when the band entered that time, I think we all felt electrified by it. I know we've been here several times since, and it's been great. I mean, but it's that first time, we'd never been there, and I'd have to say that I still, if I start thinking about it, can get the shivers down my back.
Now, players have superstitions before they hit the field. People eat different things. People tie their shoes maybe the same way. Do you have any superstitions before the game, Mike?
I have so many we don't have time. I have to carry the same thing in the pocket. I've got a whistle in my pocket. I've been carrying since it wore out, but I still carry it because it's part of the good lucky eye. And I walk the same way to the stadium when I come from my office. Yeah, I'm just filled with superstition. I prefer to call them rituals.
Rituals. Well, we'll take that. So 46 years, Mike. Do we have 46 more years on you?
Well, that put me pretty darn old. I'd base that on, but it still is fun to do, and as long as I can do it and my health holds up, I'll try to probably keep doing it because as I've told other people, there's nothing else I really want to do.
That's awesome, Mike. You're a legend to everybody here at Camp Randall Stadium in Madison, and we hope that you're around for many more years to come.
I appreciate you saying that. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, it's been a really fun ride. I was a kid who always grew up wanting to play here, and it's been everything I expected and more. Played with some great guys, had some great coaches. There's been a lot of change, there's no doubt, but it's been a whirlwind, and it's been really special.
What are some of the specific memories that stand out, either a game or play or maybe something in the locker room?
Yeah, maybe. I always remember my first game, that first time running out of the tunnel at home. It was a night game, and that was a cool thing. Also, maybe the freshman year, the first time we played Nebraska, was a great atmosphere, probably one of biggest home games I've played in, and that was really special. I got to play quite a bit in that one, and then the Big Ten championship games have been really special. The two we were fortunate enough to win, and getting to go out to Pasadena, which was one of the coolest experiences you could ask for.
What are some goals that you have for both yourself and I guess as the team as you move into this tough part of the season?
Yeah, our goal all along since the beginning of the season is to win our division and get to Indianapolis. So that's still our goal right now, and that's going to take probably winning the rest of our games. And as far as individual goals, it's you set goals before the season, but it's all about trying to just get wins every week, do whatever it takes to help the team. Honestly, it's the only thing that will make this year special for me is accomplishing our team goals.
James White will take the direct snap. He moves off to his right. He's going to throw it, and it's caught. Touchdown, Wisconsin! On a pass from James White to Sam Arneson with 2 seconds left in the half, and it's 41-10, Wisconsin.
I'm a kinesiology major, exercise movement science. Somebody who's been in athletics, the unfortunate part is sometimes there's injuries, and something I've gone through, and just seeing, working with physical therapists, which I hope to pursue after I get my degree in kinesiology. You kind of see what they do on a day-to-day basis, and it's something I could see myself doing, so that's where I plan on heading.
Your dad also played here, and you said you always wanted to play for Wisconsin. How important is that legacy to be a part of that for you? Yeah, it's been really cool to share this time with him, and he hasn't missed a game I've played in, him or my mom. So 4 straight years they've been at every game, home and away. He comes to my house after the game and celebrate the wins. Be there for you when you lose, and it's been really cool to have both of my parents alongside. What's the best advice he's given you, and maybe the worst advice he's given you? He, as somebody who's been there, he's been through the stuff that can maybe get you in trouble. So he's always there to point me in the right direction in that regards. He's pretty good about his advice. I don't think he's ever steered me wrong, so I always trust him.
McAvoy wants to throw under pressure, throws over the middle, that's caught. Sam Arneson, touchdown, Wisconsin. He doesn't catch a ton of passes, but when he does, it's often for 6.
How important is it to be able to say for the rest of your life that you were a Badger? Yeah, it's awesome. It's something that I will always be really proud of. I look forward to, once it's over, coming back and being able, just the way kind of my dad does now, and reminiscing on the memories with other players and family. So it's something that's really special to me.
Fans use signs to identify themselves. The chop, the fork, the O, hook 'em horns. But there's one sign everyone wants to be identified with. Number 1, fans show their loyalty in all kinds of ways. Ours just buy another Hyundai. Number 1 in customer loyalty 5 years in a row. Show your loyalty using the hashtag #ThisIsLoyalty.
When you have the fastest internet speeds, you can find anything almost instantly, which is a powerful thing. Because sometimes it's not so much what you're looking for, but how fast you can find it that makes all the difference. Get the most advanced fiber network. Charter Spectrum. Where will it take you?
Most people don't know that UW Health and the University of Wisconsin are national leaders in the field of kidney transplant. They provide new life for those who will likely die without a transplant, and they assure a normal life for those who donate. I would know. I donated a kidney, and together, we saved a life.
UW Health. Remarkable.
Wisconsin cheese, making good food great.
The Badger Sports Report with Gary Andersen is brought to you by Charter Communications, by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, by Hyundai, by Adidas, by Toyota, and by UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin athletics.
Time for this week's Great Dane Great Question of the Week, and Rick from Madison checking in wants to know, Coach, what goes into your decision on the coin toss if you win it, whether or not you want to defer?
Well, you know, Rick, we always defer unless we get into a position that the weather is just such a factor that we would feel like we did not need to defer, and we would, you know, rather start off with the football. So I like to get into the flow of the game. We feel good about deferring, putting ourselves in a position to be able to have the ball to start the second half. We feel good about the opportunity to put our defense out there on the field. It varies from year to year and from team to team, but with this team we'll definitely defer unless there's something unforeseen out there that we don't quite understand at this point. So, but you know, that's about all that goes into it. You know, it's not rocket science by any stretch of the imagination.
All right, Rick, we thank you for your question. The Great Dane with 4 locations in Madison, east side of town, downtown, Fitchburg, as well as Hilldale, and of course the Great Dane up in Wausau as well. Badgers and the Iowa Hawkeyes coming up this Saturday. Join us next week as we take a look at the highlights in the game with the Hawkeyes and look ahead to the regular season finale with Minnesota. Thanks for watching.
Started my Camry. Drove to her wedding. Did not forever hold my peace.
The bold new Camry. One bold choice leads to another. Toyota, let's go places.
The Learfield Sports Directors Cup is the officially sanctioned annual award recognizing all-around excellence in men's and women's collegiate competition. NACDA and USA Today co-founded this esteemed honor in 1993, still widely recognized as the crowning achievement in college athletics.
It's 2050. I'm one of 9 billion people on the planet. Like most, I live in the city. Our air and water are clean, and there's plenty of fresh food for everyone. My parents are getting old, but staying healthy. Good thing, because my kids will probably live to be 100. Can you imagine?
The University of Wisconsin-Madison, preparing minds to meet the challenges of the future before they become the challenges of today. Keep on, Wisconsin. Keep on.